The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
Our AI breakthroughs have slashed our 3D modeling costs. We have our blockchain ticketing now. We have AI matchmaking. They're all opening up new markets, new opportunities for the company. And I do not think our current valuation reflects the true value of what we've built over the years.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Evan Gappelberg, the CEO of Nextech3D.ai. Evan, very good to speak with you. You've just made another significant open market purchase of your shares. What specifically gives you the confidence that the market is undervaluing the company right now?
I mean, the simple answer is we're entering our growth phase and I want to own more of it. Conviction for me isn't something you talk about, it's something you show. And if you look at Nextech, I strongly believe we're at a turning point. We've built the infrastructure, the technology, and the customer base, and now we're scaling towards profitability. If you look at all the news that's come out over the past year and a half, it's about our AI. Our AI breakthroughs have slashed our 3D modeling costs. We have our blockchain ticketing now. We have AI matchmaking. They're all opening up new markets, new opportunities for the company. And I do not think our current valuation reflects the true value of what we've built over the years. And, as CEO, as founder, I have a lot of conviction, a lot of belief in our business, and I'm putting my own capital to work alongside shareholders.
Evan, you mentioned being very optimistic about strong forward growth in 2026. Can you point to the main drivers behind that outlook, whether it's AI, event management, 3D modeling, or spatial computing?
I mean, it's really all of the above. Right now, we're seeing our events business really explode because we've added a lot of new products. As mentioned previously, we used to sell mapping software for like $2,500. Now we're selling end-to-end solution, including ticketing, including on-site badging, including an app, including AI matchmaking. And so now the ticket value has gone to between 15,000 to 50,000. And we're landing deals on, almost a daily basis. It literally feels like 2020 all over again. It's kind of weird because in 2020, we were an events business. And I actually went back to look at our business. And back in 2020, we were generating 500,000 a month pretty consistently. And some months we were doing $1 million a month. And it feels like that is actually about to happen again. And so, that's happening in the events industry. And then from our 3D modeling standpoint, we've previously announced that AI has allowed us to reduce our cost quite dramatically over the years from, $50 to now costing, under $5 per 3D model, depending upon the complexity. And so some of our model costs, if you look at the 3D industry is actually even lower. It's like around $1 for simple 3D models. But at the end of the day, the 3D modeling business is a business where customers are looking for high volume, essentially low cost. We are working with some very large accounts. It's kind of a little stop and go, but it is still part of our roadmap, and it is something that we generate revenue on. And we see potentially that adding another engine of growth in 2026. And then the spatial computing is an ongoing thing. We think with the 3D glasses that are coming out, the augmented reality glasses from Meta, that could be the catalyst. We thought it was going to be Apple. It wasn't. So Meta's now the new alpha dog when it comes to the 3D glasses. And so we're positioned with our spatial computing platform, but you really need the glasses for it to be the business that we set out to build. So that's really when you look at 2026, what's going to drive our revenue and that's going to drive the exponential growth that we're predicting, sequential quarterly growth in 2026 and beyond.
I mean, your personal ownership now sits at about 29 million shares, Evan. How do you see your continued buying influencing investor confidence, and what message are you sending to shareholders by increasing your stake at this stage?
Look, I mean, to me, this is about conviction. As I said, I see a company that has survived some very tough cycles, made the right strategic moves, and now, today, has the product, the customers, and the momentum to deliver real shareholder value in 2025, in 2026, in 2027, and beyond. That's why I'm buying, Steve. And that's why I believe the best is still ahead for Nextech. And that's, you know, obviously being not just talked about by me, but I'm putting my money into the stock to signal to our investors that, hey, I'm all in. Everybody knows that, but I'm actually buying more.
Evan, I hope you'll continue to keep us updated with your progress. Thank you very much for taking the time today.
Thank you, Steve.
Evan Gappelberg, the CEO of Nextech3D.ai.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.